Fattitaliani si trova a Vienna all'interno del ristorante Figlmüller, che è molto famoso perché serve la più famosa cotoletta viennese, e a parlare con noi c'è il signor Hans Figlmüller. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Signor Figlmüller, ci parli del suo ristorante, perché è così rinomato?
My name is Hans Figlmüller. I am the fourth generation of my family in this business. We have in our family the business for a little bit more than 100 years, and I'm running with my brother the company now. My family started in the restaurant business 1905 in this restaurant here. So it's a very old place here. We had almost all the years open. Just a short time during the Second World War it was closed. And it's a restaurant which had a lot of people inside and a lot of history. It started here with a wine house, so you can only get in the beginning only wine. So my grandfather only did wine and said, okay, this is something new I have to bring to Vienna. Then it started that he said the food they have around here and they serve and they offer, especially the meat, is not very good. He knows a better place to get it somewhere and to bring it to Vienna. This was 100 years ago. And so it developed then from a wine house to a butcher house, actually. And then after, in the 1930s, 40s, it started to be a restaurant, but this started very slowly, and it's now only a restaurant since 1950.
Signor Figlmüller, perché la sua cotoletta alla viennese è la più famosa?
My family concentrated already many decades ago on a special make of a schnitzel. You find many schnitzels, especially in Austria. You find it from many meats, and you find it in many ways of cooking. We focus on a very special way. We had the idea, or my grandfather had the idea to make the schnitzel very, very thin, to make it only very, very short time in the oil, that it's relatively fat-free and very crispy. You will see it then if we can show it, the production method. And it's a very, very special taste you will never find somewhere else. And that's the reason why a lot of people like the schnitzel, and that's maybe the reason why I'm very famous for it.
Poco fa ha detto quindi solo vino, non birra, assolutamente.
We have no beer here. We have another restaurant with the schnitzel where we have a beer because it was difficult to say in these days, if you make a new restaurant, to say no beer again. But here we make the tradition only wine.
Ma è così, la vostra cotoletta alla viennese è così diversa da quella alla milanese?
It is different. The thing is, I got the question very often, where is the origin of the schnitzel? The origin of the schnitzel, I think, is in Milan, is the cotoletta milanese. But of course, the Austrian can say, hey, we have our own schnitzel and we are very famous for it. They had to make it different. That's the only reason, if you ask me. And so the schnitzels in my country look different than the cotoletta in your country.
Ma lei quando ha cominciato a lavorare, a prendere proprio in mano la situazione?
Well, my family started, like I told already, a long time ago. The schnitzel, like it is, how it is made today, started, how it looks today, started in the 50s it started, and in the 60s, beginning of 1970s. Since then the schnitzel is very similar to now. So in this restaurant here we try to keep the tradition. We try to show products which are seldom and already very old. So here we don't change foods for the last years or decades. So that what you find here, it's already kind of old Viennese kitchen, and we tried to hold this for the next maybe 50 years.
Il tempo va, la società si evolve, la vostra cucina è cambiata nel tempo?
Yes, kitchen technologies change all the time. For our process, our special process of making the Figlmüller Schnitzel, we had only very little chances to make innovation in the process. So we make different oils, and we can get better quality of meat, because nowadays it's easier to get the quality of meat you want in the amount you need. This is very different to earlier. That's what my grandmother and my mother and my father told me. So the cooking has changed only very little. The schnitzel and the taste is almost the same it was in earlier times.
E lei personalmente che gusti ha a livello di cibo? Che cosa mangia?
Well, if we are talking about fried food, so everything which is swimming in oil and is fried, I prefer a mixture of fried cheese. It is called gebackene Emmentaler, a little bit of a fried chicken, and a little bit of a fried schnitzel. That is actually my favorite thing, but I'm sorry, you will not find it on the menu, because this is something special I only like. I prefer the schnitzel, but of course, because it's my job to look for the quality, I cannot eat it every day, which is clear, but once a week I eat the schnitzel.
Bene, quindi consigliamo, se volete assaggiare una schnitzel come si deve, dovete andare a Vienna da Figlmüller, vero? Grazie ad Hans Figlmüller.
Grazie.